Well, welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is like my third, fourth take. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I disconnected my microphone that I was using because I couldn't get it in the right setting. And well, I'm just hoping that this microphone works okay while I try to get it on the real microphone in the right setting. I tried to make it loud enough, and when I played it back, it was just absolutely horrendous. It wouldn't, it like you couldn't. It was extremely muffled, and I was like, I can't do this. So I'm hoping that this comes out regular as I disconnected everything and I'm just working with the bare bones. But I figured this information is something that I wanted to get out just real quick. Not really real quick, but I'm going to read some things. We got a dev post update that we're going to read about and need to move forward. All right, so this is what Paul announced on the 2nd of July Alpha program on Holoports. We're also going to cover the Holoport Alpha program, and we're going to kind of switch back and forth. I'm going to read a little bit of the dev post. Now, a lot of times I like to read the entire thing of the dev post. I'm not going to do so this time. I'm just going to cover the basics because of the fact that, there's a lot of stuff I don't understand, so I'm just going to cover the technical stuff, and then I'm not going to cover the technical stuff is what I mean. And then also I'm going to switch back because there's a lot of information here in the Holoport Alpha program that I want to talk to you guys about. This is a great update. I know many of you guys are excited. I'm excited, but you guys know how I am. I'm one of those people, like, I get excited about something and then it's like, okay, my team won a championship. They was expected to win. That's great. All right, moving forward. So to me, Holochain is like my favorite sports team. So like, all right, they're good. They're gonna win. Everything's going to be good. I'm just waiting for the trophy right now. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, as you can support teams, you can have disappointments. But so far, it seems like Hollow organization has been doing really great as far as information is concerned. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. All right. Yesterday we announced. It says yesterday we announced the Holoport Alpha program, which we're going to read in a second, where Holoport owners can earn in Holo Fuel just for leaving their machines on. I'm not kidding. Go ahead and read the announcement. There are some uptime requirements, and it might not be available in all countries, but that's about it. What is this program about? Haven't we already been alpha testing the Holo network for ages? Well, yes, technically that's technically true. The difference here is the whole paid and hollow fuel thing, which we're going to talk about as well. And the reason for this is that we need a lot of hollow ports to stay turned on all day. Here's why. Availability and scalability. As we start inviting people to test out Elemental Chat hosting via the web, we need to be assured that the hollow ports assigned to store their messages will stay online. In the future, we'll have redundant backup for each user's app instance, but for now, our focus is more on stress testing Holochain and hosting infrastructure. We also want to be able to serve lots of users and see how it performs. In order to do this, we'll need to have lots of capacity online ready to start serving apps to new signups. Our current pre-release alpha testers have been wonderful, infinitely patient, supportive, rigorous in their testing and bug supporting. But as we invite in more testers, we want it to be a smoother experience, both for the sakes and for their sakes and for the sakes of our support team, most definitely. So as the dev team keeps building features and fixing bugs in Holochain, HPOS, the operating system on Holoports, and Elemental Chat, we need to roll the updates carefully so we can roll them back if needed. Hosts who choose to participate in the Alpha program will allow their Holoports to be remotely switched to staging or various different testing channels on HPOS. These tests will remain small, restricted to the team members and the aforementioned pre-release members. Hidden bugs will get discovered before they are released to the wider world, which will make everyone happier. Holochain 101 0.0.101 released. You guys see it. The dev core team has released a new version of Holochain this week. It comes with a huge pile of changes. 100 was released on February, after all, and the develop branch has been changing fast since then. Here's a short list. All right. I'm not going to read all this. You guys can read it yourselves. I hope I remember to put in the link down below. This is just talking about the gossip no longer floods the network on each receive operation, moving instead to a slow loop. It also uses Bloom filters rather than Merkle trees for syncing, which means brief CPU spikes, but fewer bytes over the wire, which means absolutely nothing to me, to be honest with you guys. Wasmer, the WebAssembly engine Holochain uses to run apps, has been updated to version 2. They're talking about they discovered a bug. It causes memory leaks, slow down execution. We'll build some workarounds, but we're waiting for the bug to be fixed upstream. And then obviously there's a lot of stuff here. As I stated before, you guys can go ahead and take a look at this. It says errata additions for last week's developer ecosystem roundup. After I published all those lovely developer resources, a couple of devs pointed out that I missed some pretty important notes, important ones. There are also a few new things that have popped up in the meantime. Embedded Holochain Runner makes it easy to run Holochain as a library in your own app. This lets you bundle up everything in a single executable without any background services to manage it. It's already being used in Acorn. There's the beginnings of geolocation zone that lets you tag and search for things by latitude and longitude. The developers are also talking about adding the ability to search for wide within range, optimized by breaking the globe up into cells. You know, I was just thinking about this. We're getting all of this information, and I have a message for some of you guys. There are some people who are probably listening to this for the first time, have no idea what Holochain is. They just strolled by and heard this video. There are many people out there, especially on Twitter, talking about how Holochain is a scam. All I can say in response to that, and this is in response to all of those people out there. Oh, and by the way, everyone who actually have done their research on Holochain and understand that it's not a scam, please be sure to respond in kind to people like this by saying the simple phrase, "You can't teach stupid." You really can't. I apologize, you guys. It just seems like I think it's a talent. I really do. I really do. I don't understand it. So, yeah. But anyway, I was just thinking about that. I was going through here. Yeah. I've seen my fair share of scams, and yeah. So anyway, I was just talking about all of these things here, and that's pretty much the end of it for that. This is Dev Post 99, so just talking about that. Now let's switch forward over here. I've made a couple of videos on this when it first came out, and the volume was just horrendous. I really do apologize, you guys, but it's a work in progress. I have to get the volume right. Still working on that. Yeah. So it says, we are incredibly appreciative of our community of early adopters who purchased Holoports. In previous months, many Holoport owners contributed greatly to our ability to release early milestones. These community testers are people who have monitors and keyboards connected to their Holoports who dedicated their time to actively participate with our delivery team during early test cycles. Huge things. It says, now we need to expand testing. It's becoming increasingly important for the continued evolution of the Holo platform. At this stage, Holo is looking to set up parallel test environments which require consistent support from hundreds of holoports. This will better reflect how the infrastructure and applications will work when running at scale on the platform. Creating multiple test environments help our development and QA efforts and is especially needed for the upcoming release of hosted Elemental Chat, as well as subsequent Holo application milestones. Because of that, Holo would like to offer Holoport owners a new opportunity to make their port available for use by Holo during the alpha testing period. Participants in a Holoport Alpha program can choose to volunteer their Holoport or receive a small stipend in Holo Fuel based on meeting the minimum metrics each month. The reason we are offering this stipend now is because as we move forward, it is critical that the Holoports remain turned on and connected to the internet while we are testing. Here are the requirements for the Holoport Alpha program. One, Holoports must be updated to the latest version of HPOS. Two, participants must be signed up and accepted into the Holoport Alpha program. Three, Holoports must have monthly uptime of 95%. And four, Holoports must maintain SSH at an availability level of 99%. Have no idea what SSH is. Probably need to get myself educated. Apologize, you guys. A stipend of 10,000 Holo Fuel will accrue monthly for each port and will be paid upon beta launch mainnet of the Holo platform. That is an asterisk. We'll go back down there and check that out. If you guys are wondering, that equates 10,000 Holo Fuel equates right now to around $60 plus or minus $5 or $10, depending on where the market is right now. It says we'll send all participants a weekly report on metrics and a monthly report that details the stipend accrual. For the general public, we're also preparing a simple dashboard that aggregates network data about the Holoports active on the platform. Registration for the Holoport Alpha program will open up in July. To get ready, it's important that you update your Holoports to the latest version of HPOS. It says, and I want you guys to listen to this and really read things. Hopefully I remember to provide the link for you guys, but listen, it says registration for the Holoport program will open up in July. It does not mean that it's starting in July. It means that it is opening up in July. To get ready, it's important that you update your Holoport to the latest version of HPOS. If you own a Holoport, please reach out to help@holo.host for your invite to the Holo Forum, where you will find all Holoport guidance as well as community support. We will be holding an AMA later this month, probably at the end of the month, and you can submit your questions with this link. So far, of all the AMAs, I've submitted questions, and they were valid questions, and I have got zero zilch. I am done submitting my questions and asking questions, as the questions that they answer are always the questions that have been either in previous AMAs, or any dummy can look it up on Blockchain 101 or find out any information. So that's just my own personal opinion. Not saying that that it's bad to hold AMAs. I'm just saying that I have not personally been impressed with any of the AMAs as far as their question answer selection. I don't know if they need to update that, but yeah. We're excited to be expanding alpha testing to the wider Holo host community, the Holo team. Now, listen closely, you guys. Holo may limit the program to certain jurisdictions as may be required by law. And then also the stipend amount may change from time to time if there are material changes to the hot price. I need you guys to understand there's a lot to be unloaded just from this simple statement here. Just from this simple statement. Now we can go back up here and we see that it is a 10,000 Holo Fuel. Where is it? Wow, I skipped it. Oh, here we are. It is apparent that 10,000 Holo Fuel, it's only like around $60. Now, Again, that's cool. So if you're accruing, that's another thing that I wanted to mention. You will accrue monthly for each port and will be paid upon beta launch mainnet of the Holo platform. So I want you guys to walk with me here. In July, and this is nothing negative, this is just I want you guys to be aware of the time frame of things so you don't get confused. The Holoport Alpha program, the registration for it will open up in July. When it gets started, it could be in August. We're not 100% sure. They're going to have an AMA on this. We'll find out what this AMA is about, but they're holding an AMA later this month. Again, probably going to be the last week or probably the last day of the month. That's just how I feel about how they do their AMAs. I'm not really sure, but it kind of gives them time to get everything organized for them to get together. And I don't think they, again, this is a knock on their questions and answers that they've been receiving. But look, you guys know how I am. I cut it to people. I'm very honest, and that's just how I feel. Like I said, I speak my truth. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of Holochain and the project of Holochain and the Holo organization. At the same time, that doesn't mean that every organization is a perfect organization. And I will have my own personal comments and my own personal statements to make. It does not mean that this project is perfect, but it also does not mean that this project is like trash. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is that they can really improve on their Q&A because I think that there's a lot of really good questions that need to be answered, and not necessarily dealing with the hot token, although there's a lot of questions that we have, some of us have as early supporters of Holochain of exactly about the hot token. And no matter how many times they try to talk about it, they always dance around certain questions, and it's A, because they don't know, or B, they don't want to talk about it. So that's just the truth of the matter. All right, but anyway, off of my little soapbox there. Um, so I want you guys to walk with me. I kind of stopped. You guys know how I do. So it says the registration for the Alpha program will open up in July. So that means they open up in July. Possibly they get started in August. If they get started in August, it says that the 10,000 hollow fuel will accrue monthly. So basically, you're not receiving it immediately. It's going to accrue, and then you will be paid upon beta launch of mainnet. Now, how long will that be? So we're looking at, I'm thinking a minimum of 2 months of at least continuous testing as people start turning on their hollow ports. Now, I think a lot of people are going to be turning on their hollow ports, not because they want the 10,000 hollow fuel, but because of the fact that, hey, they're ready to get started and they're ready to get paid real money, which 10,000 hollow fuel, if you guys think about it, that's around $60. So if 10,000 hollow fuel, let me go ahead and do this calculation. I'm not really good at math. I've told you guys this before. I'm going to be getting, by the way, I'm going to be getting a whiteboard pretty soon. So because I really need to brush up on my algebra 2 and pre-calculus skills. So yeah, that's definitely happening. I'm really horrible at math, but let's do this together here. So we're looking at $60 for 10,000. So how much for a million hollow fuel? If that's 10,000 times 10. Yeah. So a million hollow fuel would be $600 because I multiply that by 10, right? 10,000 times 10,000 is a million. Let's check that out. I'm sorry, I'm really bad. Like I said, you guys, I'm really bad at math here. 10,000, 10,000. No, that's 100 million. I'm an idiot. See there? That's why 10,000. Uh, uh, wait, why did I do 10,000? Oh, I did 60. Well, why would I do 260? See here, this is why I don't do math, you guys. I'm like, my brain is already, and it's simple math. This is simple math. So I'm sitting up here trying to worry about algebra 2 and stuff like that. But anyway, um, basically, I'm trying to get to, so 10,000 hollow fuel is $60. Um, it's 10,000 times 10, I believe. No. There we go. Wow, I'm an idiot. All right, so 10,000 times 100. Oh yeah, which makes sense. I'm an idiot. Okay, okay, yeah. See that the zero. I'm an idiot. All right, all right, all right. It's simple math, but yeah, again, I'm not embarrassing myself. I kind of sort of am. Blame it on the American education system. We'll talk about that later. Um, but so it's basically I'm multiplying that by 100. So 60 times 100 um, is basically $6,000. So we're looking at a million. So a million hollow fuel will be equal. That don't sound right. 60 times 100. No, that's right. That's right. 60 times 100. Wow, I really don't need to be doing math here. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is um, when the switch does happen. See, I'm thinking ahead about the switch because if we're looking at hollow fuel, and if you take your hot tokens and you're like, well, I'm just gonna give a million hot tokens into hollow fuel, then that will equal 6,000, approximately $6,000. That's if everything stays the same. Obviously, it's going to change, which is why I wanted to talk about, as I've just went through that long drawn process of doing horrible math, not being able to add my zeros in the correct area or place, whatever. It says the stipend amount may change from time to time if there are material changes to the hot price, and there will be material changes to the hot price. So, question. This is another thing that this is why I always tell you guys, like, I really do believe that hollow fuel is not going to come out this year. I know that a lot of you guys are extremely excited. I just don't think, again, they for people won't be paid until their beta launch net mainnet of the hollow platform. That's not going to happen until next year. That's just my own personal opinion. You look at how things are going, um, and I understand. I'm not complaining. I'm in it for the long term, but I want you guys to understand that we're looking at least July, a month to register, August, and that's if they start in August, September, October to accrue. November, let's say they everything is working out in November, they decide that you know what, everything is good. I still don't think that they're going to be offering their beta mainnet in November. I just don't. Um, yeah, I don't see it. Um, December possibly, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, I still, it's not like I'm changing where I think the hot price is going to be because I think the hot token is going to be exactly what I stated before. If you guys are confused or don't know what I mean by that, you guys can check out um, my video on my prediction for the hot token. So, anyways, please, 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 they're going to have a AMA later this month. I would highly advise you guys to use this link. Maybe submit some questions. Maybe they'll answer it. Um, I It'd be great. So please ask great questions, and hopefully they'll choose great questions. We'll see about that. But they've been doing good. Holochain has been doing really great. A lot of adoption going on. There's a lot that's been going on as far in the crypto space as well. I want to apologize to everyone for I really have not been kind of sort of on my game as far as videos are concerned. You guys probably realize that by now. So sorry for making you busy there. But yeah, anyway, please, please, please do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, by all means, that the world is getting crazy out there. Please do your best to stay safe. Okay? All right. Talk to you guys